Hey, it's Jess. Welcome back. Today I'm here to talk about Daisy Haites by Jessa Hastings. This is the second book in the Magnolia Parks series. There are currently, I believe, 5 books out in that series. And you are following Magnolia Parks in half of it. And then in this book, you are following Daisy Haites, who is another character in the Magnolia Parks universe. This book sounds bonkers. I have been telling everyone I know about Magnolia Parks, about Daisy Haites. They sound ridiculous. They really do. And they surprised me so much. I could not put Magnolia Parks down. I loved that book. I didn't really like the ending, so it only got a 4.5 for me. Daisy Haites also got a 4.5 star for me. It was different enough for Magnolia Parks. It takes place at the same timeline, but it's following Daisy, and you're also following Christian, who is in Magnolia Parks. And they kind of have like this weird love triangle, not really thing. Anyway, Daisy and her brother live in this giant mansion, and they are basically part of the mafia. Daisy doesn't really do anything illegal. She just wants to stay at home and be like a homemaker. She cooks for the boys. She does laundry. She's also going to school to be a doctor. And Julian, is like an art thief and stuff like that. So it took me a little while to get into this book because this one is written on Daisy's chapters. She has like footnotes at the bottom. And I don't know, those are hard for me to get into. It makes me feel like I'm reading like an educational text, which this obviously is not. And it was just a little strange, but it's not like that in every chapter. So the farther I kept going, the farther, the easier it was for me to read. But I really liked the story on this one. It was very different. It took a huge action-packed turn in a way that Magnolia Parks did not. I know a lot of people did not like this book as much as they liked the first one, but it's very different. I can see why people wouldn't like it as much. I liked it just as much. They were both 4.5 stars for me, and I already have the next Magnolia Parks on hold from my library. That one is, I believe that one's called Magnolia Parks: The Long Way Home. And so I'm just going to spend my summer finishing this series because I just adore it. It came out of left field. I hadn't even heard about it till a few months ago. Never thought I'd pick it up, and here I am. Can't wait to get the 3rd book. So I guess that says something about Jessa Hastings and her writing. It's fabulous. And even if you don't think you'd like this book, even if you don't think that you would like this book, I encourage you, pick it up, try it out. You don't have to read Magnolia Parks first. I did because I like to read things in order. But again, I encourage you to try either of these books out because you never know. You might enjoy them like I did. But now I want to know, have you read this book? What did you think? All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey, it's Jess. Welcome back. Today I'm here to talk about Queen of Teeth by Hailey Piper. I had heard about this book from Jordaline Reads on YouTube, and when I saw that it was available as an audiobook on my library app, I decided to check it out, and I'm so glad I did. This book was a wild ride. It's like sci-fi, fantasy horror, which sounds super weird, but totally worth it. I'm so glad that I heard about this and I picked it up. In this book, you are following Yolanda, who goes by the nickname Yaya. She is what's known as a chimera in this world, so she is not fully human. She has a different genetic makeup, and she has to get tested, I think once a month, by this company. I can't remember what the company's called, but it like tests her genes and makes sure that she's not growing extra cells or something like that. I don't really remember why. After a one-night stand, she wakes up and realizes she has some growths that turn out to be teeth down there in her lady bits. And she doesn't know what to do about that. So she tries to get help, and no one will help her. And things go from there. This book is so weird and trippy. The story goes so much deeper than that. I really enjoyed it. I don't know. I've never read anything like this book. Again, roller coaster ride the whole way through. And I really, really liked it. It was a good audiobook. The story was so engaging. I wanted to keep listening. I wanted to know what was going to happen. It took a turn that I was not expecting. And it was just a fun little weird book to read, and I highly recommend it. I don't know if Haley Piper has written anything else, but I'd be interested in checking anything else that she has written out. I really enjoyed her writing style and this weird little story, and I just want to see what else she's done. But now I want to know, have you read this book? What did you think? All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey, it's Jess. Welcome back. Today I'm here to talk about Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This is the fourth Ali Hazelwood book I've read, but it is the first of her paranormal romance books that she's written. And so it was very different than the other books of hers that I've read. In this book, you are following Misery Lark, who is a vampire, and she has an arranged marriage to the were alpha named Lo. And so she is to be given to Lo and live in the were territory as kind of like collateral, that the wares won't attack the vampires won't attack them, humans will be safe too. There's a lot of politics that go behind it. I don't always love Ali Hazelwood's writing. I went into it like I had heard a few things, so I didn't know what to expect from this book. I actually really enjoyed the writing. Misery was hilarious. She was such a funny character. I liked Lo, even though he was like the typical grumpy man. A lot of her books are like Grumpy Sunshine romance books. Most of them have to do with women in STEM, and this happened to be paranormal. It's part of the Omega verse, I guess is what they're calling it now. I don't know. I call it a paranormal romance. But it's part of the Omega verse, I guess, because that's what happened. That's what you call it with a werewolf and a vampire. I don't know. I really liked the banter between them. I don't know if I cared necessarily about where the story was going. Really what I was reading it for was everyone talks about the nodding ceremony. That's like something that happens with wares when they get intimate with someone, especially some like kind of like their soulmate. They nod. They have a nodding ceremony. And I spent the whole book like, when is this going to happen? It does happen. It happens at the end. I kind of skimmed through that part fast. That's just not where I want my spicy books to go. It was way too descriptive. I enjoyed it. I had a good time reading it. I read it really fast. I didn't really care about that spicy part in it. But overall, again, I liked Misery. She was a funny character. The banter was good. I mean, I keep saying I don't really like Ali Hazelwood's writing, and yet I keep reading her books. So if she writes another book in the Omegaverse, I'll probably pick it up too, just to see what it was like. There's something about her writing that I just apparently can't get over. But I would be okay not reading this one again. Or like reading it up until, I don't need to read the spicy part towards the end. Anyway, I want to know, have you read this book? What did you think? All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.